What is up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. I don't know why my camera's pointed the way it is. That's much better. I will move it right now. It's not in the correct preset, but we are just starting. So, doesn't really matter the positioning of it as of now. Today I, I will say this from the start. Huge shout out to my grandma. Genuinely, she is one of my biggest supporters. She believes that this can take me to racing, and she's one of the only ones in my family who actually believes. And yeah, just sorry, my mom was right there. But yeah, like I was saying, huge shout out to her. She helped me pay for Portland International Raceway, which is the reason why we are racing GT3 today. Do need to practice though because we are at a slight disadvantage today. I say slight disadvantage because we have not practiced, but yeah, like I said, huge shout out to her. She believes in me a lot. She always tries to help me out when she can. Definitely a huge help to have, and very, very grateful for that. And but yeah, huge shout out to my grandma. It's just I really like it. Really means a lot. She's one of the few in my family, at least, who genuinely believe. Um, yeah, just overall, great stuff. She helped me pay for this, or she paid for this entirely. The only reason we are racing GT3 today is because of my grandma's generosity yesterday and offering to pay for my stuff because again, I am not rich. This is why I need this will work. YouTube and streaming will help fund our racing dream, which in itself is already working phenomenally well. It is such a blessing that I get to do this every single day and I get to stream every single day. It's generally something that I love a lot. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for just being here every single day. It really means a lot for you guys to be here. Yeah, it just genuinely thank you guys so much for being here. We are racing Portland International Raceway in the Rainmaster, which means it is in the rain. We are jumping into practice right now. The race starts at 3:15, my local time. For you guys that might be 4:15, 5:15. That might be 3 in the morning for y'all. I don't know what time it is for y'all, but it's a circuit I've never driven before. So it's definitely going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting considering that a lot of the racetrack seems like a lift and coast. Um, More so right here. No, not right here. There's this chicane right here, which will probably be tricky. It's very similar to the one at Monza. Yeah, very similar to the one at Monza, where it goes in, comes all the way up. Actually, this first part is very similar to Monza with the long straight chicane and a big turn. I'm thinking right here it's just gonna be like 5% brakes. Right here you are gonna have to brake quite a bit. Again, just learning as we go. We will do our practice laps, but it's gonna be, I think, a matter of setting at least a decent qualifying lap and learning from other drivers as we go and finding more time. Because it's definitely a tricky racetrack. We will use all of the time we can. It is currently 3:09, about to be 3:10. So we have a couple minutes before. Actually, I just did the worst thing I could have done. Okay, we just wasted a lot of time. I pressed test drive instead of register. Okay. We're supposed to register and then it gives us a practice session. At least I caught it, or else we would have missed it. But it's gonna be fun. It looks like a racetrack. No, why not test drive? Okay. I don't know why it opened test drive. That might have been my mistake, but I didn't mean to we are waiting assignment to a server. I think it might have closed the thing. This is again the last this is the last week of this season. After this, we will on Tuesday. It will be the update for season 2, and we will be racing Formula 4 a lot. We will be racing this a lot. It's gonna be my first complete season. Definitely something that I want to fight for a championship for, and that is something that we will be looking forward to doing. Yeah. Hello, princess. Thank you for being here. I love you so much, my love. Thank you for being here. But all right, we are racing Portland International Raceway in the rain with GT3 cars. We are racing the Porsche GT3R in the Red Bull livery. And again, this is a very good race. I don't know why it says there are no upcoming race sessions, because there is a race session coming up at 3:15. Hmm. It says sim loading. That is from the test drive. We are 306th in Division 11. So a fast lap is like a 117. I'm thinking the fastest in the world is a 116. Yeah, most of them are setting 118s, 120s. If this is test drive, we do have to quit the thing. Yeah, this is test drive. Okay. Has it assigned us to a server? Okay, there it is. Yeah, it has assigned us to a server, but since we were test driving, it didn't show. This is the racetrack. Again, huge thank you to my grandma for. I know she's a big supporter of all of this. She believes in me a lot. One of the only in my family, but she helped me buy this track. She paid for it, and I'm eternally grateful for that. Again, this is why I do this. Formula One, getting to Formula One is very expensive. Getting to any motorsport in general is expensive, and I'm not rich, nor are my parents. So there is, again, a lot of people, they would have been like, "Oh, my parents aren't rich," and they would have given up, right? To me, I have a passion for this. This is something that I actually love. So that doesn't stop me, and it's because of supporters like you guys, supporters like my beautiful princess, or supporters like my grandma who helped me get to where I am today, and all thanks to God. Without God, no opportunity to achieve any of this would have been here. So God first in everything. But yeah, thank you to everybody who supports me in this, to my 119 subscribers. Every single one of you means a lot to me, and this will get us to Formula One. This will get us to GT3 racing. This will get us to pro racing, real racing. And yeah, it's just a matter of step by step, day by day. We make progress day by day, and that is worth everything. It's worth 100% of my time, and yeah, just really really cool stuff. Checking the viewer count. But yeah, Portland International Raceway definitely has some aspects of Monza, which is the first of all, the front straight, which is this long part right here, just like Monza. I wish I could have like a little overlay on top of it, but I don't have it right now. The chicane, very similar to Monza. Also, this little bend just at Monza, it's very big. It like goes out a lot, and then there's like once it goes out like this, it goes out like that. There's a chicane that goes this way, and so it's like it goes like this all the way out. Chicane that goes out over here goes out. There's another turn where you have to brake, and then there's another turn where you have to brake, and then comes Variante Ascari right down here. It's like a circle like this, half circle. And then comes the long straight towards the end with the circle down to the front straight. It is taking long though. It's load. It always takes long to load, especially with these Rainmaster races because it has to render the rain. I will throw it to just chatting, but I bet you as soon as I throw it to just chatting, it's gonna load. So, can't do much about it. It's gonna be a great race. Right now we are jumping into practice, but to be honest, I don't even think we're gonna have time for practice. Yeah, qualifying should have started already. So yeah, but we will just take it slow. First lap will be memorization lap. It's always that's the hardest thing on these racetracks. It's memorizing what turns comes after the other. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'm probably going this way. Nope, I'm going that way. So that's my phone. I need my keyboard. Yeah, it has loaded already. We will use every second of available time to at least practice. Somewhat, it does look like a fun track. Racing in the rain's gonna be, it's always fun. Okay, it's still taking long. 31%. I'm thinking so supposedly the lap time, a good lap time is a 118, which I think would be good for, like, I think the world record's a 116.5 or something like that. Because I saw people in division like 3 were hitting 117.5. So I'm thinking like a 116.5 or a 116.9 along those lines. I doubt anybody's second. I doubt anybody's setting close to world record times in Division 11. It could be, it's very much possible, but I doubt it. So I'm thinking if we can just set a 120 at least during qualifying. Throughout the race, we will find time learning from other people's breaking points and just working upon that. And we will be racing this one tomorrow and on Friday, all of those. So we will get an improvement. And I don't know if I'm gonna stream on Saturday. I will be recording a vlog on a car meet that I'm going to. I will be recording a vlog. It will be the first one ever posted on this channel. I'm gonna take my time editing on that one because I do want it to be very cool. I'm gonna take my gimbal so it looks really nice. I'm gonna take like cinematic videos and stuff, but it's gonna be cool. I already have the main idea planned out, so it's gonna be something else, but it's gonna be a great addition to the channel. I do plan to do more, especially when I buy my first motorcycle. I do think I might make a separate channel for that though. So follow me on all of my socials. Little mid-stream plug. Follow me on all my socials so you guys can stay updated on all of my stuff. Again, like I said, I might start another one once I get my first motorcycle, which again, that might be in a couple of months. It might be tomorrow. It might be, I don't know exactly when. It's just waiting for the right deal to pop up. The motorcycle I'm looking for is a last generate like the last generation Ninja 250R, the newest one. Oh, I forgot we were racing the spec racer yesterday, and I had to turn down the. That's why I'm so short. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think 1.4 is good. I think that's what we had it at. Let me go 1.2. Oh, I hit the car. There's damage to the rear wing. That's always the problem. Not the problem, the main issue most of us have when learning a new track. It's memorizing what comes after the next. Or knowing what comes after the next, because you always have to adjust your braking traces depending on the next corner. So, per se, if I'm trail braking, I won't completely lift off of the brake if there's a corner right after it. Because I'm going to continue trail braking and that would upset the car. So it's definitely this first and second lap will be more so learning the racetrack. Oh shoot, I forget this. Yeah. I took the runoff road. Okay, same corner. Say kind of slow. Last lap. This will be a good one, I think. Oh, no, it's an off track. Let's see what could have been of that lap. A 125. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I do think it's going to be a somewhat difficult racetrack for everybody. Yeah. Again, that's kind of concerning. The fact that there's... Okay. I don't know what this is all about. There are only 2 drivers.
One lap to green. Line up on the left side.
Okay, so I'm the only driver in this race.
You're on a wet tire.
Okay, I've never had this happen to me. They're really gonna make me... Okay, I have no idea what's going on. The other driver quit. Okay, I don't know what's happening, but again, if I leave this race, my safety rating and I rating get damaged. Like, they get lowered, so... But then again, I don't want to just do... What is this, like 15 minutes of no laps? Like, laps with nobody? This won't count as a race session regardless. Points will not count. And even a victory, I think, won't count. So... But I don't know. In general, I did want to practice, so... But dang, that really sucks. I wanted to drive some cars today. We'll race tomorrow, and if anything, this might be good. But I'm just trailing behind this pace car. It's so weird, because it's like, this has never happened. Like, 2 cars in one session, and only I end up in the session. And also the fact that they make you do an entire lap behind the safety car is kind of annoying. Usually it's like a quarter of the lap or something. Again, just warming up the front tires. I don't know what's going to happen or if it's going to count this as an official race session. I know 100% it's not counting it for the points. You need at least 11 people in the session, 11 drivers in the session for it to count as towards the points. So yeah, I don't know what's going on around here, but... And I would get out and start another race if I could. He was already in. Yeah, just... And just driving by myself, basically. I braked way too late. But then again, I have to go and serve this black flag penalty, so I might as well. At least it gives us something to do. Hold for 26 seconds. I'm gonna be pretty disappointed if if it doesn't do anything, like if it doesn't count anything. But then again, we don't lose anything.
1. Right here.
Because if anything, we gain practice and possibly a free victory. I know points are not going to count at all, but at least we get practice, right? It's going to be like serving penalty. Yeah. Let me check the view count at least. Okay, 2 viewers. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know one of them at least is my beautiful princess. So thank you so much to all of y'all for being here. Penalty is about to be done.
Okay, go.
What lap time was that? Okay, that is.
You cut that corner and got a slow down penalty.
It's like, why is that chicane there? Again, just trying to find the speed. Last lap was a 125.5, which isn't that fast at all. I'm trying to set a 120. Hey, a 122, that's good. It's always this corner.
Slow down. Got a penalty.
There is a bot in the kick chat. It's sometimes I don't even connect it anymore because sometimes it's always usually bots. Sometimes usually. I don't even know if you can use that like that. It's usually just bots. But I've met some great people on Kick. Lots, definitely more exposure on Kick than you get from Twitch. I have 12 followers on Kick and 4 followers on Twitch. Hey, this lap feels fast. I feel great about this lap. Hey, I feel good about this one. Can it be a 20? A 22.051. Again, always that corner.
They say you cut the corner. Slow down.
Okay. No, why would it tow? I didn't need a tow, I just wanted to reset. Dang, this is hard. Um Again, I'm gonna quit just because if you guys see why was there only one person there? Okay, there's another race in the next hour, but we can't do that one. Minimum starters is 6, so we need 6 for the points to count towards a championship. So with 2, it wasn't gonna do it at all. So the race isn't gonna count. I will let it finish because it's still counting down, and if I finish first, I think it might give me first. But yeah, it's definitely it's very weird that I've never had that happen to me, and I mean it's kind of funny in general. Like the race just started. Like I just saw in qualifying how the guy said a 120, and I wasn't able to set a lap time, and the guy just dipped. As soon as the race was about to start, he just left. So it's definitely something I've never seen that before, but it's just stuff that happens. I guess in these, especially in online racing, that's a downside. I think you could say is disconnecting or network difficulties. That's definitely a not a problem, but definitely like a downside. And I don't mean a downside, like the upsides bring out like a million, like the upsides very much overpower the downsides. Like the downsides are like just internet disconnection. Cause like yeah, if we're being for real, like the upsides are basically every single one you could want. Like in general, it's just like yeah, it's just the downsides are like yeah, maybe it disconnects you every now and then, and it does this and it does that. But this gives me the chance to race in real life. This gives me the opportunity to create a channel revolving around this and to be able to stream all of this. So this is 100% like whoever invented sim racing, the guy who like created the first like sim racing thing, he's the GOAT for real. Like because all of this, none of this would have been here if not one person had a thought of how about we make simulators for race cars and not a game, a simulator. I'm gonna press. Yeah, see, it's the estimated strength of field is 1523 because I'm the only driver there. Hey, we got 3 viewers. Oh no, I gotta turn that down. Okay, that was close. I I might check what y'all are hearing. I apologize for that. I turned on the stream that I'm in, and I don't know if that might have disrupted the audio. Did y'all hear that double? Yeah, just I opened the stream. All right, good. Yeah, I was checking the viewer count on the computer, and I didn't know like my volume was entirely up, like really high, and I didn't want it to like sometimes I don't know if y'all have ever like been on a video call and y'all like talk to the other person and then it starts echoing and it starts making like a ring. It's like I don't know. I just thought that might have happened, but it didn't. So that's always a plus. But yeah, really, really fun stuff. Um, I definitely like this racetrack. I will be practicing today and tomorrow before the stream. Yeah, it's a track that has potential, especially racing with other people. It's a very fun track. The only places I'm having trouble with are turn one, um, turn six. Yeah, turn one, the chicane, turn six, and four and five. Those are semi difficult just because they're kind of unexpected. And on turn four, five, and six, they're not unexpected. They're just like you have to maintain the brakes at a constant 5 to 10%, and that can really unsettle the car sometimes. But it's a very, very fun racetrack. Hmm. Yeah. Really cool stuff. There's points like this where really fun stuff. Really fun. All right, 3 viewers. 3 viewers is not bad at all. That's great stuff. 4 viewers. All right. 0 remaining in session, which I guess it finished already. But yeah, thank you so much to the 4 viewers the in the thing. I don't know why it says wait. I guess it must have finished already. There's nothing it's gonna change. It should say like system results for the race on March 4th. Where is it? It says registered. You may join your session. It shouldn't say that anymore because I have not registered. View notifications. 2026 initial release date. That's because I don't want to withdraw. Yeah, forfeiting now could result in the loss of I rating. So I'm just gonna close it. Let's see. I need to buy myself a new controller. I haven't been able to play Ride 5 on stream because my controller does not work anymore. I don't know if y'all hear that. There's fighter jets passing over. F-35s to be exact. Very very cool. Fighter jets. I actually wanted to be a fighter pilot for a while. Yeah. I'm just gonna let this load. I don't know what's happening. Yeah. I mean, what can you do, right? But it's been fun. I mean, I had fun in practice. I was following the safety car. But as I was saying, for a while, I wanted to be a fighter pilot. It's something like it's just one of those cool jobs, like in general. Um, but yeah, it's just at a certain point, at least to me, I realized like although fighter pilots are cool and props to whoever does that because it's a very dangerous job as well as racing, right? And in general, you can get hurt at any job. I mean, even if you're a cashier, you could be like, oh no, it's a safe job. Yeah, what if you get robbed? What if you get shot, right? So every job comes with its risks. And as I kept thinking upon that, on being a fighter pilot, I started to look into like what I would need. And again, to me, college has never been something I wanted to do. It's not something I'm gonna finish high school definitely, but it's just that it's such a benefit and such a blessing that I was able to start so early, that I was able to start streaming and to start racing at the age of what? I started in 2024, but it was yeah, I started when I was 2024. I was 12, about to turn 13. I got it Christmas of 2023. So I was 12 at the time. I started sim racing in January. That's whenever I built my first sim rig. So January 2024 was the start. So it's been 2 years, 2 years since I started sim racing. And within that time, like there was a time where I really wanted to be a fighter pilot and sim racing was more so just a hobby, especially when I started. When I started, I didn't take it that seriously. And I had always I've watched Formula One until then, but I wanted to be a fighter pilot, and then at a certain point, my eye condition is called amblyopia, and to me, I was just like, oh, I'll just like get them lasered or something, like grind them down or something. Again, that's an over exaggeration, but that's what LASIK basically does. It reforms your eyeball to be circular. But my eye condition, it can't like that doesn't help. But then that although it's to me it's not a bad thing. To me, I think my glasses very much complement my face shape and my face in general. I mean, whenever I take them off, it kind of looks weird. At least to my entire family has been used to it, and I like my glasses. I love my glasses. I love that I have the benefit that I can wear them at least, and it makes. Of course, sometimes they can be an inconvenience, especially when boxing. But at some point, I just realized, why am I gonna risk my life for a country who's gonna pay me $80,000 a year to go and blow stuff up? That's a huge weight on my conscience, and I started reading the Bible more. I started praying about it more and more and more. And then I just, at a certain point, I'm like, Formula One's what I want to do. Like, by that point, I had already grown a big passion for racing, and it was a very big part of my life by then. And yeah, it's just at a certain point, it just clicked. Like, why am I gonna risk my life and do that when I can risk my life, but not as high as a risk, and make $60 million a year and drive the fastest cars in the world? Which speed has, I don't know why, like I was always into cars ever since I was little, and I'm just gonna forfeit from the race, but I've always been into cars since I was little, and it just, speed, the love for speed came from that. And I love motorcycles, I love cars, I love racing, I love speed, all of that stuff. I've had a great life. I cannot complain at all. And it's just like every single event that happened upon that is what made me what I am today. And there was also a time where I wanted to be a cop. I wanted to be just out here, just a normal cop. And I also wanted to be air support, LAPD air support, or the K9 unit. But then again, you think about it, and it's like, why strive for down here and make $80,000 and still be risking my life a lot? Or I can strive for the top of the top job, the that job. And again, I have some determination, I guess. Okay, I gotta go, but thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I gotta dip. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my beautiful princess for watching. I apologize for the quick. Yeah, I'm going. I'll see you all next time. Peace.